Hi there everyone, and welcome back to a new tutorial regarding PHP programming. So in the previous video we had a look at functions, and today we are gonna have a look at arrays. So in order to define an array, you write it like this. For example, a equals 100, 250, 370, whatever. Okay, so the values between these two brackets will be the elements of the array, obviously. And when you want to display the results, you just say echo the name of the array and the index number starting with 0, like the normal use in other languages. So here we refresh. This is element 0, 100. This is element 3, which should be 900, right? So refresh 900, as you can see, because this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is a 3. So now if we want to display them all, I will just say for I equals 0 and I smaller than 4, right? And I plus a plus. And I could just say echo I of, the array A of element I, the ith element of I, sorry, dot br. Okay, so now we refresh and you get the values of the array. Now one issue here is that if you add an element to this code, when you want to display the array, you will only display 4 elements because you need to update this as well. So instead of fixing the number of elements here, we could find out how many elements in the array by using the count function and passing the array to it, and we save. Now if we refresh, it works and displays the value. Very straightforward, not much is needed there. Now this is one way to define an array. We could actually, let me share here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So another method, it's the same, but basically you could write the same thing. You could write the array keyword, not a keyword, this is like a function, and you pass the values. You will get this same result. So we save here, you get the same result. I don't know if there's a difference between this one and this one, but basically you could write it like this, you could write it like this. I think this is more compact and more obvious to me here. When I see the name of the function, I get sometimes confused by it. Anyway, maybe this has to do with which version of PHP you are working with, but whatever. So very straightforward. This is how you do it. Okay, now let's, in the interest of using older code or keep learning the previous subjects, we will find the summation or create a function that will find the summation of elements in an array. So all I have to do here, I'm going to say function summation, and I write the name of the array. So I will call it A in here, and sum equals 0 for I equals 0 and I is more than the count of A, and I plus a plus. Okay, and sum. Okay, and I will write the sum plus equal, which means sums equals sum plus A of I. There you go. And finally return sum. There you go. So now I'll just say echo the sum of the array is dot summation of A. There you go. So I refresh this one and I get the result. It's adding these together. I could create another function to display the elements. Oh, by the way, let's see if we say echo the name of the array alone, what will that display? Yeah, so here it cannot, it is giving us a warning, array to string conversion, and so on. So it just says array. It can't display it as string. So you have to display the elements one by one. So something very straightforward. Okay. Now, what can we do with these also? We could actually add element into an array. So there is array push and open a bracket, and here you have the help that will tell you push one or more elements onto the end of the array, meaning it will expand the array by adding element to the end of it. Okay, it's not the same as push and pop of the stack. That's different. So here I'll say A, and I will add the values 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and also I will add a function here. Let me see, function display A. What's wrong? Okay, I will display the content of the array, and here for I equals 0 and I smaller than count of A and I plus plus, and here we have echo A of I, and wait a minute. Okay, and now if I is greater than 0, if I is smaller than count A minus 1, I will echo this one. And finally, just echo. I want to show it in a little neat way. Okay, followed by br slash. There you go. So I will say here display what A. So this function will display the array. Forget the summation. And then I will add the values and I will display A again. So let's refresh. And obviously I did something wrong. Yeah, sorry, -1 here. Okay, so there I added -1 and a function that is receiving an array. So array -1, it makes no sense. Yeah, so you can see here this is the original array, and after we push the values or append the values, we get these, right? Okay, so what also do we have? We could say, let me see, array rand. Many of these I don't use. The only one I use is basically array push. Okay, but you can see here there's array rand. I think it fills it with random values, right? So let's have a look. Pick one or more random keys. Oh, out of the array, sorry. So basically this will select a random element from the array. Okay, and so on. So you find that there are many functions that has to do with arrays. So you could just write array underscore, but the most important is basically count, which will return the number of elements, and array push, which will add values to your array. Very straightforward. Now, this is the first type of the array, okay, which is indexed array, because you are using indices, so very straightforward. There is another type which is which uses keys. I think they are called associative arrays. Yeah. So basically, it's being defined like this: a equal. Don't know if it work with. I almost don't use them, but I almost don't create them, but there are many uses for them, and we will use them all the time. I'll show you how in a second. So first you define the key. Okay, so let's say this is an array for displaying the age of a person. So we have Smith, and the age of Smith is 30. And we have Todd, and his age is 25. And we have Linda. Sorry. And her age is, let's say, 24, whatever. Okay, so now if we want to access an element, we just say echo age, and instead of passing the index 0, 1, or 2, because we have 3 elements, we pass the key value. In this case, we want to see the age of Todd, okay, which should be 25. So let us refresh, and you can see we picked 25. So instead of using the index here, we are using the key value. So let's say we want to see the age of Linda, and we save here, refresh. As you can see, a value here. Very straightforward. And I want to show you this one in debug mode. So run on debug. Give it a second. And the code stopped here. So age is now already defined. And you can see here, it's displaying that this is an array of 3 elements. We have a Smith, its value is 30. We have Todd, 25, Linda, 24. So these are the indices. The indices in this case are strings that are easier for us to understand and work with. Okay, and these are the values. And in fact, in one of our previous videos, we worked a little with with associative arrays, and I will show you in a second. Well, you remember when we made the simple calculator example, when we wanted to add the values a and b, and I said the values a equal get of a semicolon and b equal get of b. Okay, this is actually an associative array. Could use single quotation, double quotation here. It shouldn't matter. Okay, and then echo a plus b semicolon. So basically, here I'm gonna say a equal 12 and b equal 33, and press enter, and it just added them together. But basically what's happening, let us see this one here. I will say run debug. I'll get an error here, no problem. Let the error be there, but yeah, I want this one to refresh. Wait, create a launch JSON. Yeah, that's it. And that configuration, no. Wait, listen for Xdebug, come on. Yeah, now I think it's working. What did I do wrong previously? Okay, So now it should work. Let's have a look, and I refresh. Okay. Okay, so we reached here in the code. So if I put the pointer on here, you find that it is an array, and this array has two elements, A, which is 12, and B, which is 33. So the get here is an array that is being filled automatically when you pass values in the URL in the browser, and you could use that array and get the values from it. Okay. Okay, so now I will change this a little bit more. Okay, and I will go to the previous example here and I will try to display the keys. I think it's possible, right? I equals 0 and I is more than count of age and I plus plus. Okay, so echo array keys. Yeah, array keys. Let me see that. Returns all the keys or subset of the keys of the array. Okay, so array keys of age of I. So what this should do, okay, what this should do is display the names of the people, not the ages. So let's refresh. So we have Smith, Todd, Linda. So we array keys is returning the key values of the array here, as you can see. And we could actually make this even better. After this, we will display the the value itself. I'm not sure if I could access this by index alone. I don't remember. I never tried this before, so maybe it's worth trying. Let's run, and it's wrong. It doesn't work. So in this case, you just have to use this technique. So I will use array keys to identify the key and get it and pass it to age to get the value. Okay, little bit convoluted way, but it will work. And you refresh and you see Smith, Todd, and Linda. Okay, you don't use it like that basically, but you know, it is a way. I'm just demonstrating things here. So what's happening, array keys is returning the names of the keys as an array. Okay, and here I am using the index to get a single key value, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so yeah, this is basically what we need to know about arrays. Not very complicated topic, very straightforward, and there are so many functions related to them. Okay, again, you just write array and you will see a lot of functions. Okay, yeah, as you can see here, so many functions. Yeah. So I suppose that will be all for today's tutorial. We will have a more let's say we, um, we will be practicing more on arrays later on, but for now I just want you to understand the basics of these arrays. Okay, one last thing, you could make an array inside an array. So basically Let's stop this one here. So you could say something like the x equals, this is going to be a big array, and it will be it will include the values 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by 5, 6, 7, 8, as you can see. So now we have an array within an array. So to display this, I will just echo count of x, and basically this is the first element and this is the second element, so this should return 2. So let's run this and you get 2. So if you want to access the first one, okay, of course it is element 0 in this case. So counting the size of element 0 would return 4. In this case, if we refresh now, you get 4, and the next one's also 4. And if you want to access the element, let's say the second element of the first row, so this is the first row, row 0, and second element is 1. So sorry. So let's refresh. You can see that is the value 2. And for this one, this is the fourth element of the second row. So second row is number 1, fourth element is number 3. We save, we should get 8, and we get 8. Very straightforward. Yeah. So I hope this is clear for you guys. That's it for today. See you tomorrow and have a nice day. Bye bye.